to Monday's episode of Reptile News. Now we're going to jump right into this with an update from the Seaway Serpentarium up there in Canada. Many of you may have heard of this when the owner passed away, and there's been just a huge dispute over what's going on with the animals. And I'm fairly upset to report that they are not in good shape. They thought there were people there that were going to be caring for them, but I spoke with Brian Loyce, curator of the Indian River Reptile Zoo this morning, and he said it's not going the way it's supposed to. The people that are there caring for them have no idea what they're doing. There was apparently an alligator that its water level was so low it could not get out of the water to bask for 20 days straight, and even if it could bask, this was a 10-foot alligator that had one little spotlight to bask under, so obviously not enough. Reportedly there's maggots on the animals, and the facility itself is just in fairly bad disrepair. They're suspecting that it's going to be condemned as soon as officials can get there. That's how bad it is. We got a lot of pictures of the animals, some of those you've seen right here, and pretty much Brian, the people that are involved with trying to help these animals, stuff's not getting done. The animals are going to die. That's the bottom line. Looking at losing a lot of animals here from not getting the proper care. So it's time for the community to voice their opinion. I've put an entire gallery on the website, as well as the contact information for the Humane Society, which seems to be stopping everybody from doing what they need to do. And we need to check those pictures out and let them know how you feel. It's it's kind of, it makes you think. I mean, the Humane Society of Canada has trusted in the Indian River Reptile Zoo to care for exotic wildlife in the past, and they're even host to some government officials training them on how to properly handle wildlife that's imported and exported in the country. So I don't know why there's such a big problem now, but the bottom line is it's neither here nor there. It's not a matter, as Bryce said, of where the snakes go or who gets them. It's a matter of they need the proper care, and they're not getting that now. So we need to do something. We wrote an article for the website this morning along with that gallery. Links in the description. Go check it out. And you can't help but to kind of feel bad for these animals. And moving right along to the Czech Republic, where apparently a crocodile farm there is trying or wanting to slaughter half of their animals. Apparently this ownership changed for one reason or another back in February. The new owners took over, and they said they had plans to turn it into a park facility, which the finances fell through, so now they're planning on slaughtering 100 of the 215 crocodiles kept there, which has outraged the community as well as other farms in the area. The representatives of the farm say that they can have no problem selling the meat to restaurants and the skin to people that make apparel out of live animal skins, but everybody's kind of thinking that that was the plan from the beginning, and the whole park thing was just a ploy or whatever. Now, it is currently illegal there to kill Nile crocodiles, but the environmental ministry is apparently drafting regulations to make it not illegal for them to do that now. Kind of makes you wonder who's working for who. And a red sand boa has been stolen from the Mumbai Zoo. It's apparently their first incident of theft in the 150 years that they've been in operation. One of the oldest zoos in the country. They have about 600 animals, 10 reptiles, and this was first found out when the caretakers went to open up the enclosure. They found that the lock had been cut and the snake was gone. Some people locally believe that these red sand boas can lead to hidden treasures, but experts say that's hogwash. And a couple of kayakers out of Florida are apparently a little perturbed. So you see, they were out kayaking in the wee morning hours, I guess, when their kayak was overturned. When they got back to shore, they found injuries on them, and they reported it apparently as an American crocodile attack. Now, the Fish and Wildlife Service is saying that the apparent or reported bite marks and scratch marks are not consistent with that. For example, they noted that a single puncture wound for a bite mark for a crocodile, no, and the scratch marks were not consistent with the number of claws that they have. However, wildlife experts say that the American crocodile population has been growing in the area where this happened, and they're thinking chances are this wasn't an attack, but more than likely a crocodile or an alligator or something that got spooked by the kayak kayak and overturned it as it tried to flee. And now over to Vietnam. Why does all the weird news come out of Vietnam? Apparently, some bags of cobras were found under the seat of a train in Vietnam. Now, they're obviously speculating that these were being smuggled for food items or medicinal purposes or whatever, and the bags, they were semi-transparent, and the snakes were in plain view, I guess, there, and wildlife officials there believe that the suspect who had the snakes there slipped out in the chaos when they were discovered. And of course, that has been all your news for this Monday. If you'd like to read any more about these stories, those links are right down below here in the description. And of course, I believe, you know, our biggest story is just what's going on with the Seaway Serpentarium there. And, you know, do what you can do. Send your emails, send your letters, pass the story around, just pass the news around. The pictures they speak for themselves, and demand from the Humane Society of Canada, demand from the Canadian government that these animals get the care they need before it's too late and they all die. And of course, if you're still watching, my name is Jason White. Now you know what's going on in the reptile world. Be good to each other.